I'm weird as fuck, and I'm gonna stop trying to act like super overly intelligent. I think that's my issue, bro. I think that's what it is. I really want to be known as intelligent. I don't know. Maybe it's just maybe that's a little bit of some more of the growth factor that I gotta be putting in because, we all got growing up to do. And that's exactly what this episode is going to be about. If you're just listening to the podcast and you're hearing a little shablang, it's because I'm recording this on a Sunday. And right now I'm mixing myself up a little drink. The boys are coming over after this. And we are going to... Oh, there you go. I can see my face a little bit better. We are going to get some shit done. Skit-wise, XYV-wise, XYZ-wise. So... I hope this is the first podcast anybody listens to. Oh, check it out. What's this? Lake Superior Vodka. Lake Superior Vodka. I am 21 years old. Almost 22. So, hey. All legal age here. Yeah, what is this? What is this? Lake Superior Vodka. Hear this? Ready? Here's by the mic. Ooh, I bet you that sounded really cool. So let's just do a little bit. I'm not a big drinker. It's a little bit of Sunday. We're just doing a little bit. I think that was that's just about a one pour. Shoot, I need a stir stick. Gonna be a Sharpie today. So I hope this is the first podcast that anybody in this entire world listens to. Because up until then, there's a few podcasts, and there's a few moments in podcasts that's chill. But I feel like I've been so fake. And my last one destroyed me. I just felt so fake. But I like to post them and keep them up there because I deleted them for a while. Going back to that 6-month break I had. I deleted them for a while during that 6-month break because I was so regretful and disappointed in a lot of things that I said. And it's not necessarily that. I have no problem thinking things and, having opinions and values and XYZ. But I hate sometimes how I convey them because sometimes how I convey them can be read as a dick. You know what I'm saying? Or a narcissistic asshole. Do I have some narcissistic... Do I have some narcissistic tendons? What is that? Tendinalities? Do I have some narcissistic qualities in myself? Yes, absolutely. No one who stands in front of a camera can look at you in front of that camera and say, "Oh, no, I have no ego, no narcissism." Shut up. And also, I think I've been a little too negative. I'm not a negative guy. There's just been some shit that I guess, I don't know, maybe it affected me in a certain way. And going back to the fitness industry and people like that. So, right. And it makes me so mad and it hurt me because just the way I took it. I remember explaining to one of my friends who came over not too recently, what the fuck am I saying? I haven't even started drinking here. Cheers, by the way. A little pink lemonade. That's my thing. Pink lemonade and vodka. Cranberry and vodka if I'm out on the town. Gotta be careful with vodka, though. Vodka can sneak up on you. And trust me, many of nights have I done that. Some nights I have embarrassed the shit out of myself. Yeah, absolutely. Vodka can sneak up with you, so I'd be careful with that. Anyway, embarrassment. Cheers to liquor. It helps with that. So yeah, I found it embarrassing, especially going back to the last episode, like I said, just, shredded me. All the anxiety thing. I don't know why I was saying you. I hate when I talk in that sense. I mean, you, hey, this is how it's going to be for you. This, and this. That is literally this thing I'm trying to kill. I hate when people tell me because I'm like, yo, the world is so subjective. Do humans work very, 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 very similarly, right? Down to a chemical, physical, and biological level? Yes, absolutely. Damn near the same. But so are we to chimps, right? 10% genetic difference, something like that. We're very similar. But that doesn't mean we're all the same. And I just don't believe in the universal, the universal fixes, the universal medicines, the universal processes. And here I am, the last few videos and all the other videos I've been doing that. That's not what I like. I like to make videos. I like to talk about nutrition. I like to talk about health and wellness. And I like comedy. Those are the two main things. I like health and wellness and comedy. There's a lot of stuff within health and wellness I like. There's a lot of stuff in comedy that I like. Different styles of comedy, skits, podcasts, jokes, whatever. right? The different things. I think that's the thing too. I've been so, going back to self-love, I haven't had enough self-love, man. I think that's the area that I need to continue growing. A reason why I stepped away for 6 months, but after watching the most recent podcast, the one on anxiety, I can tell, Jesus, have I yet not gotten there. And we got work to do. But that makes me happy too, because if I don't have work to do, if I'm perfect, I got air quotes for y'all who's listening, perfect, then fuck life. What is, to me, right? Not you. You choose your own meaning in life. To me, kill me. Cut my throat. Done. I want to die. If I have no, if I don't have the ability to keep progressing, right? Self-actualization to me. I might do a video on Maslow's hierarchy of needs, going into health and wellness, kind of mental health is too. But like in mental health, like, what am I passionate about mental health? I'm not passionate about depression. I'm not passionate about anxiety. Within mental health and health and wellness in general, I'm passionate about helping people help themselves. I believe that even the smartest person in this world isn't that smart because there's so much things to know. You don't know what you don't know. I don't blame them. Elon Musk is so much smarter than I, but I do believe there are millions of things he cannot know because there's only an infinite amount of time, for yourself, and there's only a finite amount of time for yourself, and there's an infinite amount of knowledge out there in the world. So I just believe there's no one who can really know. So I think the health officials, people who are doing it now, but it's all fiscally, I believe it's all fiscally driven, right? They don't want to do this, but I believe their responsibility should be teaching us and empowering us to be our own experts, right? They didn't teach us in school. I felt this is my first awakening. Again, I told you I'm not woke. It's my first awakening to this type of mentality that they didn't really. I went to school for 12 years from kindergarten to whatever that was, right? 12 grades. And I really felt when I went to college my first year, 13th year, they did not prepare me to be an adult. They did not prepare me to do most of the things that I needed to do in a daily life. I don't know why, right? I think it's all fiscally driven. They're not fiscally driven to teach you that. One quote I've heard is that, I think Robert Kiyosaki maybe, is that schools teach you how to be employees. They don't teach you how to be business owners. And I've always, my entire life, it has changed what I wanted to be, but literally, the things I have been my entire life that I can remember are 3 things. When I was younger, it was like a farmer and construction worker. Those 2 things, farmer, construction worker, they shifted off. My family's I have a long lineage of farmers. My brother's just graduated, with his degree in agriculture. I garden a lot. I like working with my hands, so whatever. That was that. And then construction too. Being a contractor though, not being a construction worker and not working for somebody else's farm, being my own farmer, right? It's always been my own boss. And then obviously personal trainer. And then, it's led to stuff like this. But everything that's ever happened in my life has been, people always text me, man. People always text me. Does people not know I have a serious business? You qualified for the good student discount, Mom. I don't care, Mom. I'm trying to run a business here. A serious business in your basement. I'm a serious 21, almost 22-year-old man. God. But yes, they should be empowering people to be their own individuals. That's my buddy told me too. I gotta slow down on talking. Y'all agree? I'm gonna do that for y'all because I want to be good at this. Okay, so I'm not afraid to be roasted. You just throw it my way. I'm gonna throw it right back. A little jab. Boo, 1, 2 for us. But that's what I want to do. My field of expertise, quote unquote, my field of study that I'm going to graduate soon here and then have my, LDN, which is licensed dietitian and nutritionist. Nutrition. That's my field of expertise. And within the health and wellness, my area of expertise is nutrition. Why do I talk so much about mental health? My entire life, I've struggled with my mental health. My mom has always noticed it. Everybody around me has noticed it. I'm very sporadic. My mom, I was in communication class. We were doing presentations on personal narratives, and this one girl was talking about her how she's bipolar, and I thought that was really interesting. I've heard that before, but I've heard other things of depression, but I know a lot of other types of depression, atypical depression, seasonal affective disorder, winter depression. But I've really never like looked into bipolarism and what makes somebody bipolar. And as she was talking, see, even when I talk so fast, I lose my own train of thought. So if I just slow the fuck down, maybe I won't blah, 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 gibber, and I'll be able to actually keep my train of thought. So when she was presenting and I was listening to her, I was, it was over Zoom, so I wasn't really listening to her. I actually was on my computer researching about bipolar, and I was reading all the signs of it. And I'm like, it was like, you have a week of a really big high, and then you have 2 weeks of really big lows, and then, it's that manic, depressive XYZ. It's these manic episodes of these highs, And I've always talked about that I don't think I can control that well. I am trying to get to, having a high of a 7 and a low of a 4, high of a 7, low of a 4, because when you have those 10s, they're great. Oh my God, they're great. It's euphoria, it's elation. However, the crash is unbelievable, and fuck that, right? So I've always struggled with stuff like that. And so I kind of thought maybe that's what it was. I live with my mother, live in her basement, and I went upstairs after these presentations and I talked to her. I'm like, do you think I'm like bipolar? And she's like, no. She's like, no, I've thought of that before because, and what she said is, I think you're excitable, easily excitable. And then, with that inverted, people who are easily excitable are also easily, depressed, easily turned off. So, and especially going back to expectations, if you get your expectations up to a 10, then shit, if they all of a sudden come out to be a 6, or 7, not even that bad. However, your expectations are set for a 10, your whole view and perspective on that experience, or at least mine, is going to be shitty, a 4 or 3. So, I was like, okay, I'm passionate. I talk a lot about mental health because I struggle with mental health. When it comes to nutrition, I am, in any of it, I'm always going to try and come with evidence, no matter what, right? But nutrition specifically, because I'm in, it's my field of expertise, and I'm going to continue to study it, and, with that, I'm going to have a channel that's basically just for nutrition. Nutrition that's going to better your physical health, your mental health, emotional health. It's going to be a bunch of stuff like that. But there's going to be a channel that's specifically for my nutrition. And with that, it's going to be a lot of scientific facts. It's going to be a lot of bringing in the stuff that I've learned throughout my time studying that field. And there's going to be another channel, which is the Marshal channel. That channel is going to be Marshal Kramer, obviously. The nutrition channel, Marshal Kramer. And there's going to be another channel called Marsh, which is going to be my other shit, right? It's going to be my comedy. I love comedy. I'm a fan of comedy. I would love to be a historian of comedy. I love comedy. I was just watching... oh my God, I feel like a dick that I'm forgetting their names. It's probably pulled up right on my YouTube. But Abbott and something else. They were old Abbott and Costello. Hilarious stuff. But I'm obviously not that much of a historian yet, but I would love to really get into it. I love comedy, and I think I think I've talked about before having the artist on, my friends, the rap artists and music artists, on in the beginning of the first podcast, the Happy Campers podcast. I think episode 2, 3, and 4, something like that. 5. Abe's, Olson, and Alex. Subliminal messaging through arts, whether that's music, written language, TV, whatever. And I think you can use comedy to subliminally message people. And what I like to subliminally message is not the pessimistic viewpoint, but it's the optimistic viewpoint. So can I kind of make people laugh, but also at the same time make people laugh and entertain, but also at the same time when they leave, they take away, they leave thinking and hopefully with something that they can, dive into, oh my God, this kind of made me think this, or something you learn. You walked away with something you learned. So that's my whole two things. I'm not going to bring a lot of facts and science. I'll bring what I learned, but I'm not going to bring back. You can't tell me, fact check this. Maybe back on my Marshal Kramer channel, you will. You'd be like, fact check this. I'm like, I already done that for you. The only thing I'm only gonna talk about stuff that I absolutely know and I see the evidence for, the peer-reviewed literature and the studies for. But this other Marshal Kramer channel and the podcast, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, it's gonna be anecdotes. It's gonna be what I learned. It's gonna be a little comedy. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna be talking about life. Cannot wait for the stuff to be coming. That's coming. Gonna be getting guests back on this mother freaking show. Got the studio looking dope. Same type of vibes that we had in the beginning of Happy Campers. Those who don't know the show, God, this is the 3rd season and the 3rd episode. Season 1 was Happy Campers with 30 episodes. Season 2 was Willfully Optimistic with 18 episodes, 17 episodes. And then Season 3 and the rest of it forever is the Marshal Kramer Show. Never, ever, ever, ever going to change again. And I really didn't like the Willfully Optimistic. I will tell you that. I'm not a fan of Season 2. I'm a fan of a lot of the work that came out of it, but I wasn't a fan of the setup, the outline, and I wasn't a fan of the inauthenticity. Yep, inauthenticity, not unauthenticity, the inauthenticity. And that's who I was. This is who I am. I'm a bubbly guy. I'm a weird guy, super silly, but I'm smart, quote, right? I'm smart, but I'm not no Jordan fucking Peterson. And I ain't no Andrew Huberman. I ain't no Albert Einstein, so I gotta stop acting like that, okay? I have got to stop acting like that, and I'm going to hold myself accountable to that. But I like to just talk about weird things. Another sip of the vodka. Sip 2. Happy Sunday. I don't know. It's not Sunday that you're listening to this. I guarantee it's not. Week 16 in the NFL season. Everything's coming to an end. I don't watch sports no more, but we do family picks, so I'm still, slightly involved in all of that. But yeah, what else did I want to get into? I want to talk about making shit happen. And why, giving a little bit of a non-pity me backstory of the whole 6 months. And, I wanted to apologize, give a blanket apology for being a douche and an inauthentic motherfucker. I'm going to say it right there, for a long time. That's going to have to stop. It is. I'm sick of changing things around. I'm sick of giving you guys promises and not following through because I wasn't getting to the root. I was literally just sitting there, whacking at the branches, whacking at the trees, or the leaves over and over and over again. And then all of a sudden they grow back and they grow back and grow back because I would fix these little problems, these superficial problems. These little things thinking, I need to go in this route. I need to act like this. I need to say this. I need to do this. No! You need to be you. I need to be whacking at the roots. I need to knock that whole fucking tree down and stop just, wasting my time on these superficial problems. What is the root of the cause? Oh my God. Going back to the other episode I had on self-love. You don't love yourself as much as you thought you did. You really don't. That's why you live through other people's opinions of you, right? That's your validation is through how many people like you and how much they like you. So that was on me. I needed to fix that. I'm losing my train of thought there, making shit happen. Look at my hair, man. Damn, I got this long ass hair now. I got this hat on today, so I don't look like a stupid piece of stuboo-boo-doo-boo-doo. What was I exactly saying? God, making shit happen. Anyway, the 6-month span, I had to step away and realize that you're very inauthentic. That's why this you feel shitty. Going back to the other episode on anxiety, that's why you have anxiety at night, because you're not getting to the root. You're not on the right path. You're not doing the right things. You're acting like a jackass, and you're acting all tough, high, and mighty, and you're really not. You're talking out of your ass, and you're not telling them. I love when people talk out of their ass, and I love anecdotes. State that. I don't think I even stated that in the past podcasts or the previous videos I've been making these last few weeks. That's what it's about. If you don't know, right? You don't know, but you're like, I tried this and it works for me and here's the results. Say that. I just hate when people go, here's what it is. Here's the facts, folks. I'm going to lay it down for you. No, shut the fuck up. You don't know. I don't know. So I don't know why I was acting like that and talking like that. And again, I like that I can fucking roast myself like this because that allows me to pick up other things about myself. It just allows me, all right. Like I said, it seems to me the people who have less anxiety are the ones who are more socially aware, or self-aware, and have the best emotional intelligence. And you cannot have emotional intelligence if you're not self-aware. What is the first step in solving your problem? Realizing realizing there is one in the first place. Sounds super cliche, but I think that actually absolutely is. And then, 6 months, total break. Told you, not gonna do this pity shit, but towards the end of it, I started feeling very purposeless, dude. School was ending. I wasn't feeling like I was working out well. I just felt purposeless again, like I felt many, many, many times in my life. And I'm like, what the shit am I going to do? And like I said, through school, I started counseling, and then I lived with my mom, who's having deep talks with her, trying to like talk to her about my childhood, and talk to her about why, you know, here's what I think of myself. What do you think by factoring in my previous life? Because you have a better memory of my childhood than I do. Duh. So we would talk about that, and then we'd figure things out. And through those things, figuring out, and why I'm so passionate about talking about anecdotes and talking about things, because making shit happen for yourself. 2020 taught me that. It's what's that? There's a favorite song. I believe in miracles. Don't believe in waveform. You gotta make that shit happen. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Right? That shit's dope, because I do believe in miracles. Someone always talked to me about that. Do you believe in luck? Fuck yes, I believe in luck. But people that I've heard many times over and over again, very successful people. I think the most recent person I listened to was the guy from Kodiak Cakes. Can't remember his name. He said that he's just like, you know, it's a cliche line, but I love it. The harder I work, the luckier I get. I do believe in miracles, but I don't believe in waiting for them. Right? You got to go make that shit happen. That's what I believe. And 2020 taught me that. And I'm like, why am I feeling shitty? You know, for years, I was whacking at the fucking branches and the leaves. If you know anything about trees and ecology, if that's what it is, the branches and leaves grow back very, very quick. However, roots and trunks do not. You gotta be chopping at the roots. Marsh, you gotta find the root. It took 6 months, I'm telling ya. Counseling, many talks with my mom, XYZ, 6 months. But I really believe I found the cause. 1, not self-love. Very little self-respect, very little self-esteem. Why? I was acting like such a buffoon for most of my life. Most of the time on camera. So I realized I really am not a people person, quotes, I'm a people pleaser. To a serious faulty degree. A people pleaser. I want people who literally I went to high school with 3 years ago that I haven't talked to in 3 years. I still, they're talking bad about me. I'm like, oh, why? Why are they talking bad about me? Oh my God. Dude, I act so tough, but I'm very sensitive. And I'm trying not to be. But yes, I needed to please people my entire life. I need to be liked by everyone. It would cripple me if even the school douchebag didn't like me. I needed to be liked by the school shooter, okay? Not for the fact of surviving, but for the fact that my brain and ego needed it. I need the shooter to be like, hey man, you're good today. You're good. And I'll be like, really? Thanks, man. He'd be like, yeah, I'm not gonna kill you. But like, this shows you like me, bro, right? You really like me? Yeah, man, you're all right. You're good. But like, what's going on, man? You know? Hey, tell me. We don't need a fix, huh? Give me a gun. I can help you out. You like me? Very weird, very sporadic. That's me. And I need to like that. I need to like myself and do myself. And that was, you know, going back to making shit happen. That feeling I had for years, that emptiness, that feeling, that like feeling I can't wait to get a girlfriend, which is the reason why I think I've never had a girlfriend, because I sit here and said this. I can't wait to have a girlfriend. Can't wait to have someone to complete me. No, shut up. That's so wrong to me. I feel like that was so wrong. I was going about it such the wrong way. That is hacking at the trees. I mean, hacking at the leaves over and over again, hacking at the small twigs over and over again, right? They're going to grow back real quickly the moment I have her and realize, oh my God, this isn't fixing it. This is not fixing it. I'm finally dating a girl, but I don't feel whole. What the fuck? No, because you don't love yourself. It cannot come from external forces. Episodes on locus of control I've had before. For myself, it does not work for me to have anything external. Why? One of the biggest epidemics in our life in the United States right now in our lives is pills and medicines. So I think that is an external thing. I think there are lots of people, but the percentage is low, who do need that. There are people whose serotonin literally, but through natural forces. If you're an alcohol user, you're a weed user, you're a caffeine user, yes. And then, I mean, that makes complete sense to me, that you'd have anxiety or depression, because your body is relying on chemicals to put you in this state of elevated moods, right? Feeling elated and euphoric. And so it's like, let's just use me then. Weed and caffeine, right? I would always feel happy with weed and caffeine. When I wasn't using weed and caffeine, I would think I was sad. No, you're not fucking sad. No, you don't need to take some medicine. What you got to do is stop taking so much caffeine and smoking weed. Because when you stop smoking that, Marshal's body's saying, oh, whoa, we don't know how to produce this stuff no more, dog. You rely so much on caffeine and weed to make you happy and food, sugar, oh my God, I should name sugar, and sugar, that we don't know how to be happy without these chemicals. Do I need a pill? No, I don't need a pill. That's whacking at the mother freaking trees. Oh my God, I keep saying the trees. That's whacking at the mother freaking leaves. What is the root of this whole entire thing? For me, right, it was because of that. I was the happiest little kid. No problems, no anxieties, no stupid little worries. Are you serious? I started coping with things. TV watching, sex, right? Pleasure, self-pleasure, whatever. Alcohol, booze, food. Spent all those different things, right, throughout my life. I was doing all of that, which are just superficial fillers to fill that happiness. I'm like, where is this void happening in the first place? I just keep trying to fill this void, but what I don't know about this goddamn void in my life is it's quicksand. It's a pit. So the moment I get something in there to cover it up, it sinks within a little bit, and I am back where I started. And that was a huge one. Me and my mom talked about it so many mornings, and the counselor. Dude, my neediness to be liked. And that's where the fakeness comes. I just need to be liked. How much likes and followers and friends do I have? And how much do those friends and followers love me? I needed that. And it's not a bad thing. I don't blame myself for feeling that way, right? My mom literally said, she's like, you know, the greatest mother on earth, my favorite mother, and I love her dearly. She's one of my best friends. She's like, I asked myself many times, did I give this kid enough love and attention when he was younger? Because what the fuck is this? Why is he 10 years old in the middle of the dance floor humping the air? So I'm like, Ma, what's going on? I don't blame myself for that, so I don't blame you or anyone else. I'm not even going to talk about you. I just, you know, I wouldn't, if you were asking me, do you blame Marshall? No, I wouldn't blame you for having, you know, extreme anxiety or depression, because there's also been shown to be a little bit genetic. But so is alcoholism. However, I cannot believe that fully, because I believe in your existence precedes your essence. I believe you make your own you're not your own existence, your own life, your own purpose, your own meaning on this earth. That's what I believe. So I don't know what I was getting at, man. I don't know what I was getting at. I literally get something pops up on my fucking screen, people are texting me, and I get derailed on certain things. I'm going to listen to this and I'm going to get right back into it. Okay, so yes, that's what I was saying. Yes, I believe that you exist before your meaning or purpose on this earth exists, right? I always talk about survival, duh. So as your species, right? Continue your species, but your own individual purpose and meaning, you know, this little creative thing, I believe that's up to you. It's literally up to you to control that. So I don't believe in determinism, which is the belief that everything is predetermined. You literally have no control over the future outcomes of the future events of your life. Locus of control, having external locus of control, believing you have no control over how you believe you're a victim. And whether something goes good or whether something goes bad, you're like, oh, it was out of my control, so you're a victim to life. I don't believe that at all. Not at all. So even if they are genetic, anxiety, depression, or alcoholism, like it's often compared to, I still believe it's your choice to not drink. I still believe in the power of the human choice. That is the greatest fixer, they believe, I believe, to the psychological warfare, right? It's not about the fact that you have to, you know, lift 60 pounds of concrete buckets, 100 pounds of concrete buckets all day. It's not about that physical warfare all day, that hard work. It's that psychological warfare. How big of a dick is your boss? If you have that boss always on you, boom, 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 picking on nitty-gritty every little thing, obviously your psychological warfare is through the roof. So choice can fix that. You have that choice. Imagine that feeling. I've always had that feeling. That's why I always quit so many jobs. It gave me that feeling of that power of choice. Like, I have the choice to control my own destiny. It's an amazing thing. So I like to promote that. I like to promote choice. Now, if evidence in the future comes along and says, yo, you have no choice. I do believe in mental health, but if evidence comes along and says, you know, you have no choice, mental health is it's uncontrollable, it's within your body, you know, I do believe it's a real thing. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I don't believe in sitting in it, right? So I was telling my buddy this little rant and spiel the other day, and he was telling me he can't remember. One of the greatest lines he's ever heard was, he believes it was from Jim Carrey. He says, he's like, mental health is real. Depression is a real thing. However, sitting in your pity and sorrow is doing nothing. You're not even giving yourself a chance. You got to get out there and freaking fight. And going back to subjective things and the whole analogy of the freaking root, where is your subjective root? I don't believe, like I said with my counselors, I would not have realized without my counselor. I do not believe that without a lot of work through other therapists and a lot of work, I don't believe you're going to find that answer. The counselor, thank God I didn't have to pay for it, because I wouldn't do that. A lot of people don't have the means to do that shit. So I want to help people do it themselves, because I think that I'm not, again, a genius, but I was smart enough to realize that everything that he taught me, everything that I learned from him, credit to him, not trying to take away credit from him. I love him, and I really appreciate my time with him. But the answers were already within me. He, like I said, every time I said something, he followed it up with a question. He never told me anything. He was just trying to draw these freaking answers out of me. And I was like, okay, what are the answers everybody else can draw out of themselves? That's what I'm passionate about. I've always had one of my 4 quotes that I have on my wall here is, we rise in lifting others. And when I think of the whole mission of my nutrition and the comedy one, besides the entertainment of the comedy, but if you get anything informative away from it, it's helping people to help themselves. Making shit happen. Believing in luck, believing in miracles, but not sitting around waiting for them. I don't believe in sitting around waiting for someone to make you feel happier. I don't believe in sitting around waiting for someone to make you feel more full, more loved, better about yourself, XYZ. People can propel you, right? Going back to the old quote, not going back to. That's my thing. I think I talked about last podcast. I love saying that. Going back to. Like I said, what I said before. But there's a little quote, I said it before. Don't party to feel better. Party to feel even better. And I think it's that way with other people. Don't think of other people or anything external to make yourself feel better. Think of all of those external things to make you feel even better. That's the optimistic lens I choose to use on that. No, a girlfriend is not going to save you and make you love yourself and make your life better. However, I shouldn't say better, but fix your life. However, she can make your life better. She can make you smile a little bit more. She can make you love yourself a little bit more. She gives you something else to love. You guys, it's 2 individuals coming together in one relationship, but it's not 2 individuals coming together as one person. You still got to be your own people. It's all internal. That's what works for me. Going anecdotally, that's what works for me. Focusing on, not just natural and holistic approaches, but internal approaches. They may eventually lead to external things. You may deeply ponder. I may deeply ponder in so many different areas and see that in some areas I may need something external to fix it, i.e., nutrition, better nutrition, or you may need a pill. Some people do need pills. Pills, they work. They're real things. Some people need freaking medications. Totally get that. So maybe through a lot of internal pondering, self-reflection, internalizing, you may come to that conclusion. Your own expert, be like, nope, I do need this. I've tried all these different things, and maybe too, I've seen the best results in a lot of different things. I was watching the Mind Explained Netflix series, and I was watching today on my cardio. I was watching the anxiety one, and it was really cool to see how they were talking about the fact that the best results show that for anxiety, at least, that it's the mixture of therapy and medication. So maybe through internalizing, you're like, wow, I've got a lot of that in therapy, and I got a lot of understanding of myself. I got a lot of, I've developed a lot of emotional intelligence. However, I still need medication because there is, like I said, I look back to everything at a root level in terms of physicality and chemical, right? Nothing in this world can break the laws of what we know of physics and chemistry. Nothing breaks the laws of physics. Blah, blah, blah. God God, I fucking annoy myself sometimes. Nothing in this world breaks the laws that we know of physics and chemistry. So when I can, usually what my roots go back to is those two things. So if you go through all those different, internalizing, and you're like, oh yeah, I feel okay, these things make me mad, these things make me sad, these things make me feel better, I'm starting to feel better about myself, I'm figuring out a lot of the internal things, but you still do have a chemical suppression of serotonin and dopamine. I mean, you can't control that. You can't control that. That's all it is. Happiness is not an intangible thing. You can literally measure it within your body because it's a physical response. I mean, it's what sparks it may be intangible, and that's maybe where the mystery is, but we can see it. We can tell when you're happy by putting you on scans or testing your blood at that time or whatever it is, because we would see your serotonin and dopamine levels spike through the roof. And at times of anxiety or depression, we would see cortisol and different types of adrenaline or different levels of adrenaline depending on how much anxiety or how much depression. But yeah, and that's what I wanted to get back and get back into the podcasting for was, okay, I found a counselor and a parent that I could talk to, that through talking to I was able to hear myself and hear my own thoughts and what I thought about myself, and it allowed me to reflect and learn about myself. But so much credit to them. Thank both of them so much for sitting with me and taking the time to help me. But all of the answers were within me already. And I think I'm not trying to be cliche, I think that's very, very optimistic and very positive. I like that. I really do think the answers are with you. Nobody else, no therapist, unless you sit down and explain to them. No therapist is going to know what you did when you were 2 or 3, but your mom or dad does. Listen to them. Listen to everybody. Talk to your old friends. Just try and get this compilation of who was I? Who am I? Through many different perspectives, many different lenses, many different points of views through the people that are closest to you, and then sit with that through. I hate people still get a negative connotation to this, and they think it's so whatever, but heebie-jeebie. But meditation, to me, meditation is not like that's literally how I used to think of it. But I meditate on a daily basis. It's just it's setting everything quiet, getting rid of all external sources, and sitting with yourself intentionally. That's meditation. To me, sometimes it's just driving. You're like, I don't want to sit down and be a hippie in my floor. Hey, if you really want to help yourself, I believe it could help you, right? I'm not a professional in this realm, and I will tell you that right now. But I do believe if on your next commute home, you turn off the radio, everything, you don't have no phone calls, and you just drive and sit with your thoughts, I think that will really help you think things through. Because that's all emotional intelligence is sitting with your thoughts and being aware of how things, instead of reacting to how things are making you feel, sitting with your thoughts and being like, why does it make me feel that way? Instead of flicking that person off who, cut you off on the road, sit there and be like, whoa, ooh, he just cut me off and I'm very angry. Why is that making me so angry right now? Yeah, you're probably justified as making angry because he just damn near, threatened your life. So fuck that guy. But no, I think just sitting with yourself and understanding why is ABC making me feel XYZ? Why is this thing making me feel this way? And that's what I'm trying to do. So much more podcasts coming. Again, the Marshal Kramer channel, nutrition, scientific facts, lots of evidence, lots of things changing up, but they're never changing again. If anything's changing again, I'm dying, going to bed forever. You're never going to see me again. I'm done messing with you. I'm done messing with myself. I'm going to try and work on loving myself and being there for myself and doing these things for myself, hoping that if other people feel the same way I feel and take things away from what I'm saying, awesome. But going back to internal things, why make videos? I have to do them for myself. For me personally, if I'm not sitting here making videos, I am sitting over there. Over there is my bed. I'm sitting over there at my bed, watching TV, watching Netflix, eating food, being lazy. I need to be creative. So for me, doing this podcast or doing any of the videos is very creative and very fun. So Marshal Kramer channel, nutrition channel, facts, science, give me applying that. That's my field of expertise, right? And there's also be the Marsh YouTube channel, which is going to contain my podcast clips. I know all the podcasts are going to be moving over from the Marshal Kramer channel to the Marsh, but, both channels are going to be active. And, podcast clips, skits, bits, or anything else, little talks. That's little comedy talks that'll be on the Marsh channel. What is going to be on the Marshal Kramer channel with that nutrition is basically just quick talks is how I like to call them. And basically, 7 to 12 minute videos on a certain topic. I think my last video was on are supplements necessary, and within supplements, going off that video, my next video I believe is on either vitamin D3 consumption or protein. How much protein do you need? That's what those channels are going to be about. If you like them, awesome. If you don't, that's okay. I can't say it's awesome, but that's okay. I love myself, but hey man, hope you love you too. Best of luck to you. You do you. Stay true, baby blue. Until next time, thank you guys so much for tuning in and supporting me. It does mean a lot. Like I said, even though I internally do love myself, externally it still does feel good to get a little love and getting relationships by meeting you guys and getting to talk to people. That's so cool, getting to meet like-minded individuals, which I've looked for my entire life. But until next time, stay young, stay loose, stay free. Vodka, pink lemonade. Cheers. Happy Sunday, folks. Happy pre-week to 2021. Strong. Oh my God.